يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، والسيرة العلياء عطرة الشدى طيب يفوح لأهل كل زمان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد. The Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام honored those who honored him, and he appreciated those who were beside him. And among those, definitely come on top of the list are the Ansar. What is or who is the Ansar? We have Al-Muhajirin, and these are who migrated from different places and countries, specifically from Mecca to Medina. So the Prophet was one of the Muhajirin who migrated. Then those who received them, who hosted them, who honored them were the Ansar. The Ansar is a label, a description, a name given to the people of Medina who hosted all those Muslims who came in and shared with them their homes, their food, and everything they had. So the Prophet ﷺ remembered that, and he never forgot that, because they supported Islam and they sheltered Islam. Once the Prophet, as Anas says, may Allah be pleased with him, and Anas was from the Ansar, saw a group of women and children coming back from a wedding. So the Prophet stood up for them and he said, "By Allah, you are the dearest of people to me. By Allah, you are the dearest of people to me. By Allah, you are the dearest people to me." And this shows you how much he loved the Ansar and how they had a special place in the Prophet's heart. Not only that, it's a religious issue to love the Ansar. The Prophet ﷺ said, the sign of faith, the sign of Iman is love of the Ansar, and the sign of hypocrisy is the hatred of Ansar. And this is why Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the vast majority of Muslims, never have a grudge against any one of the companions, whether of the Muhajirin or of the Ansar, let alone slander them or curse them or accuse them of hypocrisy and disbelief. A'udhu billah. This is a proof and a sign of hypocrisy, like the Prophet has indicated, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, if we talk about a description, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to love the poor, and he used to say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Oh Allah, I ask you to help me to do good deeds and refrain from bad deeds and to love the poor." Or in a better translation, to love the needy. So what's the difference? Poor are stone flat broke, while the needy may be someone who's not totally broke but has something to manage by, but it's not still enough or sufficient. And this dua that the Prophet used to make, alayhi salatu wassalam, it combines the goodness of dunya and the goodness of akhirah. When you ask Allah Azza wa Jal to help you, to support you, to do good deeds and to refrain from all bad deeds, this means that you've asked Allah Azza wa Jal to admit you to Jannah. Because everything that you've asked for is in that phrase. And when you ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make you love those who are in need and to humble yourself to their level, this fixes everything around you in this dunya. Most companions, Salaf, scholars, they point out to this fact. Sufyan al-Thawri, may Allah have mercy on his soul, used to say that, or to advise his brothers, you have to hang out with the poor and the needy and get close to them. Why? He says, because the Prophet ﷺ used to ask Allah to grant him the love of the poor and of the needy. And so did the companions, may Allah be pleased with them. Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, he used to love the needy and the poor, used to sit with them, used to speak with them, and they used to hang out together. And he used to be nicknamed as the father of the poor. Zainab bint Khuzaymah, may Allah be pleased with her, the mother of the believers, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, used to be kind to them, and she used to also be known as the mother of the poor or the needy because of her kindness to them. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, the great companion, would not eat alone. Whenever he was served a meal, he would say, open the door and see who among the poor or the needy is outside and get them in to eat with us. Shaykh bin Baz, may Allah have mercy on his soul, used to also never eat alone. All his meals were attended by whoever was possibly there, so that he would feed the food as a sign of his iman. And even the people of the Salaf used to acknowledge this and say that one of them, Mutarraf ibn Abdullah, if I recall correctly, said, I was hanging out with those in my level, the rich and the influential, and I was the most depressed person on earth. I see a ride better than my ride. I see clothes better than my clothes. And I was envious. All the time, I'm never satisfied with whatever I have. So I left them and I started hanging out with the poor and the needy. And I felt good, because I always saw people who are in dire need, way worse than what I am or what I have. And I always was appreciating Allah's gifts to me, so I felt much, much better. The Prophet also used to love people with good manners, people with good attitude. And the Prophet ﷺ never used profanity, never used vulgar words or obscene words, and he was never rude. This was described in the Quran, describing the Prophet ﷺ. And he used to say, among the dearest of you to me are the best of you in moral conduct and akhlaq and in attitude. And that is why he ﷺ clearly stated in so many hadith that among those closest and nearest to me in paradise are those with the best of akhlaq, of attitude, of moral conduct, of behavior. And this is why when you see someone who has a big beard and looks like a student of knowledge or a scholar, but he's not walking the talk, he's not kind, he's not generous, he's not polite, and he is a person that you're intimidated of his behavior, then you should raise red flags. The Prophet ﷺ also loved certain types of food and drinks. And the Prophet ﷺ liked the foods that were available, that he felt comfortable in having, according to what he used to find in his environment and what he was brought up to. So if he liked something that was served, he would eat it. If he did not like it, he would not criticize it. He would not resent it, and it would not be shown on his face. And this shows you that the Prophet ﷺ had the best of akhlaq. Compare this to guests that come to our homes, and we try our level best to host them and to serve them the best we have, and they keep on criticizing. Oh, the food is not hot enough. Oh, the food has too much salt, too little salt. Maybe if you had this or that, it would have been better. A'udhu billah. And it's even worse when this attitude is practiced by husbands with their wives. When your wife spends 2 or 3 hours in the kitchen, struggling and suffering and doing her level best to serve you good food, and she may fail. Wallahi, you will not a real man if you criticize the food. I swear by Allah. You're not a real man. You should eat as much as you can with a big smile and signs of content, and make dua that she had done her level best, so that she would feel good about it. This is what real men do. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، والسيرة العلياء عطرة الشدى طيب يفوح لأهل كل زمان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.